everyone, and welcome to the Good Woo. Again, thank you for your patience. I've been traveling for work. I've reached my destination, and now we are settling in. It's great in Atlanta. Love working here, love being here, love the people. So this week, we pulled Salal. Its key word is subdue. Now, this is a very interesting week because we have both Venus and Mercury changing signs. Going into the sign of Libra, Mercury is still retrograde, Mars is still retrograde. But Mercury and Venus being together like this just sweeten the load a little bit. You know, this angst or whatever it is that you've been dealing with through this Mars retrograde, there's a chance for peace. There's a chance for understanding. There's a chance for really being able to see the other perspective and come to some sort of resolution, compromise, but in a way that makes you feel really good. Now, this card, Subdue, this plant, Salal, it's of the heather family. So there's something about heather that I want to share with you guys. It was a sexual suppressant, heather. So, for instance, in like old sort of herbal circles, if you had an overstimulated libido, heather would be something to counterbalance that. So this salal is in that family, which is so interesting because subdue is the key word. Now, this particular plant, its berries were used to suppress the appetite, the regular appetite for food. So we also have a full moon on Halloween, which is in the sign of Taurus. It's conjunct Uranus. Taurus is all about pleasure, food, indulgence. It can be, it's the part of Venus that makes us really enjoy being in the body, really enjoy that human experience in the material world. So perhaps this is a warning for this full moon. This full moon could bring a lot of surprises and unexpected circumstances and events and communications. The question is, what is your relationship to surprise, right? Because for some people that can be very anxiety causing. For other people that can be very exciting. I always say that excitement turns into anxiety when we hold our breath. So as we move into this full moon portal, which we will definitely be in, I would say, by tomorrow morning, which would be Thursday, it's going to be important to breathe, but also to think about our appetites and think about what are we putting into our bodies. And with such a moon like this, which can really bring incredibly powerful breakthroughs. And I'm talking about like life-changing moments where you suddenly understand what's been holding you back, or you suddenly understand a relationship and why it's in your life. You suddenly really get the lesson of some sort of experience. We want to be clear for that, right? We want our physical body, our mental body, and our emotional body to be ready to receive that higher vibrational energy that's going to move us to the next step. And oftentimes that means eliminating things in our diet that may be toxic or that may overwhelm our system or that may block our intuition. That leads me to the crystal that we pulled, which is Mystic Merlinite. This is related to the Ascended Master Merlin. How perfect to pull this card on Halloween week where we have a full moon in Taurus. So Merlin, if you know the story of Camelot, you know, Guinevere and King Arthur, Merlin was the great wizard who basically raised King Arthur and taught him these mysteries of existence. And now we call them ancient mysteries. But Merlin is a beautiful archetype of the wise man, right? The Gandalf, so to speak. Now we each have our own internal Gandalf, Merlin, wise person or woman. So this week, perhaps it's a time to deeply connect with this wise archetype that we all have inside of ourselves. Now, read the energy is the key words for this card. This is all about intuition and your ability to see through the veil of existence, right? To understand that that which we cannot see is just as powerful as that which we can touch and feel. And to really start connecting with that part of life, which is, the other half of existence. This also speaks about trusting your intuition when it comes to people, places, things, circumstances. For instance, this Halloween full moon, really use your intuition about where to be, where not to be. If something is feeling unsafe, if something is feeling off, listen. And perhaps it means that this Halloween, it's more of a chill time. It's more of a time to go in and really be open to the downloads coming in. And that may mean, not being around a lot of people. I don't know about you guys, but I've been told trick-or-treating's off limits. In California it was, but here also for my job, I have to sort of stay tucked in to be able to shoot and keep everyone safe. So what is this Halloween full moon going to be for you? That's the question. Now with Halloween also lots and lots of sugar, and maybe this is a little bit of a warning to say, go easy on the sugar this Halloween and open up so that you can really be discerning about where you are going to put your energy, how you're going to respond. Now, we do have Mercury squaring Saturn this week, and we've had that one time already, and I think we'll be having it one more time as Mercury passes its shadow phase when it goes direct. So this is where communications need to be structured. Communications need to be well thought out. So the words that you use, your tone of voice, who you're speaking to, what you choose to talk about, all of that is going to have extra weight this week. And it's a full moon week. So the subdue also kind of says to me, maybe we need to shut our mouth a little bit. We do have Mercury still retrograde now in the sign of Libra, which is all about beauty. So when you are structuring those words, when you are having the discernment of what to speak, you want to make sure you are using words of love and beauty. What we speak creates this existence that we see and feel. So what are you creating with your words this week? Saturn, structure, Mercury, how and what we communicate. So we can really build a new paradigm this week with these aha moments coming through, with Saturn and Mercury working together in a way that's going to create a new paradigm for you. So I also, when we have these two cards and we have this full moon coming up and knowing what's going on with Mercury and Saturn, this is about these aha moments may come through and really change the way that you think, for good. And that would then change the way that you communicate for good. So what's your relationship with surprise? What's your relationship with breakthrough? What's your relationship with your body, with food, with pleasure? What's your relationship with balance and indulgence? These cards are saying stay balanced because you're going to need to pick up on the signs that are coming through, and they will be sort of like lightning bolts. So I like doing the live draw, which we did a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to just use the angel deck and just let's have one more card to see what, power animal. This leads me to the question, are you missing a totem this week? Yes, I am, because I forgot my animal deck, but don't worry, a new one's on its way. So next week, we'll be talking more about totems within the reading. But this is really saying to us, your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with this situation. Now, this is interesting because right off the bat, I thought, if you are going to dress up this Halloween, why don't you be your power animal? There's going to be a lot of unicorns out there. I really do love this card too. Look at that. So as the seasons are turning, the cycles of the animals are changing, what animals are out, and about are changing. What is your power animal this week? What is that going to be for you? And how can you honor it when we are celebrating this cross-quarter holiday of Samhain, which is the old school term for what is now Halloween? So this Samhain holiday is all about the veils becoming so very thin, meaning we can really communicate with those who have passed over. We can really communicate with what we call the ascended masters, angels, guides, all of that. It's a time where it's the whole fabric, right, around us is porous. And it's a time to really honor those who have gone before us. And this, this archetype of Merlin is an energy of that idea of ancestral wisdom being accessible to us this week and with this full moon. All right, let's do one more because I'm late this week. Good Woo is usually the weekly woo is usually on Sunday. Here it is on Tuesday. And thank you guys for your subscriptions, your likes, your comments, your emails, your support. I know I can't talk about the job until much later, but I'm excited to share it with you when I can. This is the Goddess deck. So let's see on this Cos quarter holiday of Samhain, what is the divine feminine energy that can guide us through this full moon and this week of energy change? Wow. Ishtar. She was the Babylonian goddess that would be considered kind of like a Venus or an Aphrodite. But she's all about boundaries. And this brings us right back to, where'd it go? You guys can tell I'm trying to restructure as best as I can. Well, I don't know where subdue. Here it is. Right? Boundaries and subdue. So there's some place where we're going to need to hold back, right? Whether that's in our reaction to what someone else may do that may surprise us, whether that's how far we go this Halloween with celebrating in this week. And this really speaks to this Mercury Saturn square that we have going on this week. Boundaries in how you communicate. What is the intention of the words you're using and the energy you're putting out into the world? And also, Mercury and Saturn can often be a no coming in and us giving other people no. But how are you going to do that? Can you say no and still be loving? And sometimes you just got to say no, and it's tough love, right? So you guys, thank you so much for viewing. So happy to have been able to set this up and speak to you guys today. And for those of you who want more, on Patreon, I do an extended weekly woo, which I'm going to record right after I stop this one. And you can access that at patreon.com/thegoodwoo. I am still doing private readings, although, of course, because I'm working now, my time is even more limited. So reach out to me and I'll see if I can work you in. You can also go to thegoodwoo.org and look at the services tab to see the kind of sessions I offer. Thank you all so much for viewing. Happy Halloween, happy Samhain, and really clear out so that you can open up to these lightning bolts of inspiration that are going to be coming through. Could be already be coming through now. So we wake up, we open up, we clear out so we can receive. Bye, everyone.